It is Saturday, August 2nd. This is, I think, the 13th episode of Saturday Sparks Live. My name is Adam Bauer. I'm CEO of the Marketing Clerics. We're a small marketing agency here in Hastings, Minnesota. We provide marketing services to home service professionals, to electricians, to tradesmen, to plumbers, to HVAC. We're trying to narrow down on electricians, and if you know anyone that needs that marketing support, we'd be happy to have a conversation. But this live stream is typically all about providing value first. What we can do and the knowledge that we have, our team, my head, the strategies that I have, being able to provide ways to get you unstuck as a business owner in today's online world, right? So got a couple of things. I got one question that I'm going to answer, and then I got announcements that I want to make. And so the question that we have this week is, how do I stand out among local competition? A question that we had. I had a conversation with a few electricians on Thursday night, and shout out to Electrician Growth Roundtable, just a fantastic group of guys out there. We meet up every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central on Zoom. It's just a good time. So the question is, how do I stand out among local competition? And really what it boils down to is, and the reason why this question is so these days, is because competition is rising. Are licensed every day. People are going out there without a license in some cases. And the advent of AI is making it so much easier for anybody to hang a shingle and claim to be a local business and provide those excellent, reliable, affordable services. And so how do you stand out among that? And the first thing you need to realize with AI is that most everything is made up. And so you can spot an AI social post, I could spot an AI website a mile away. So if you want to stand out, you want to start with a story. And so really harken back to when you first got started or the reason you got started, and really kind of do that, boil that down, ask yourself questions, and it's helpful. You can go out to ChatGPT and say, hey, I need help defining my brand story and the history of the company. Can you ask me interview style questions and I will answer you, and then we can form this story together. And I could do it with ChatGPT. You could also do it with your most trusted spouse or friend or whatever. Get out and talk to people and not just computers. So starting with your story, because everybody wants to work with a business that is a person that has a story, has a unique attribute. They want to be a part of that story as well. And that might help with that is the second kind of standout is identifying your team's strengths. Identifying them, but then also calling them out publicly. And so where are some things that you do really well, or your team does really well, and how does that impact your services, your story, all that kind of stuff, pulling that into kind of narrative. And we did this recently, so recognized that we had some strength on the team. I must recognize we had strength on the team, but we recognized that I had been kind of back on some of our team's strengths and not letting them flourish or calling them out. And so that kind of kicked me into gear and really focus on our brand story. And once you have your story and your team's strengths and your mission and your values, you want to build your brand around all of that information, not just around the services that you provide. You're not just Joe Blow plumber, because anybody can be Joe Blow plumber. I had our first brand was Bauer Tech, and I'm like, okay, tech is my last name, and tech, technology kind of fits, but it was just kind of really have a spark to it. It didn't turn heads. It wasn't like, ooh, look at that, what's that all about? Didn't make you ask questions. Call it one of the members of the EGR group. His business name is Big D's Electric, and his called that because his last name is Donaldson, and his nickname I think in high school was Big D or something. And he ended up that as his brand on that story. And he recognized that a little later down the road there is a double entendre there, but it had gotten so much traction in the local community that he's going to change it. And so embracing that, identifying ways to stand out with that brand is important. And everyone for joining. We are talking about how to stand out among local competition. So we're talking about story, starting with your business story, how you are unique, and identifying your team's strengths, calling them out, and building your brand around the story, the mission, your values, not just about the services that you provide. Next, I would say, is servant leadership. And so this one is very much like the teachings of Jesus, where he is the God of all creation, and yet he stooped low to wash his disciples' feet, his followers' feet. And this is just a quality that is not found very commonly anywhere in business. And so when it is found, it stands out. And what this could look like for your business, so if you're a business owner, this could look like you're not in the field all the time. You got people in the field, you're working on the business, which you should be. Going out every once in a while and checking out that project that one of your techs is working on, helping them out. Grab a broom and dustpan and clean up the scraps that some electricians leave behind. Really about not thinking any work is below yourself, below your value, below your whatever. And if you, as the owner, instill that, it's a top-down effect. The rest of the members of your team are going to feel that too, and they're going to start demonstrating that as well. Another kind of example of servant leadership would be leaving the home that you're in and the place that you're working at better than you found it. And so this could mean if you are like a breaker on a panel, but you notice like the panel is just totally grimy and gross and filthy. Once you get done with that project, you actually take a wipe and clean the panel and make it look nice and shiny and good for that homeowner. And so that's servant leadership, and that is a really standout attribute. The next way you can stand out among your local competition is to actually live up to the reliable claims that everybody else is making or every other company is making right now. And so that means answering the phone when people call. That means calling back within 5 minutes if you miss a call. That means showing up to a service appointment when you say you're going to show up to a service appointment. Because what's but what's about this is that the companies that are using AI to create websites and profiles and all that kind of stuff and to get leads and get calls, they're getting the calls in and the leads in, and then they're turning around and selling them to the tradesmen that are working them. Well, they can't use the words reliable and responsive, because if you submit a lead as a customer to this website that is just a landing page for a shell company, there's no way that that company can take that lead and give it to another electrician and have that electrician call them back within 5 minutes. It's just not possible. And so that's really all about it. So stand out that way. The next thing you can do to stand out among local competition, and this is kind of a be different. Think differently, dare to do differently. So be that purple cow, as it's called, and really focus on things that no one else in the industry would dare to do, want to do. And with that, you'll see benefits, you'll see standout. One of the things that I did in this category is a lot of marketing agencies end up outsourcing or sourcing out offshore talent for the fulfillment efforts of the work. And simply it's done because the cost of labor, that kind of labor stateside, is very expensive. I don't need to go into details, but let's just say if I were to have my web designer, my content writer, my SEO guy, all stateside, I'd have probably $200,000 in overhead. That just doesn't work. Math doesn't add up. So one of the things that we did differently than other agencies or marketing agencies that I've seen out there is we went live with our entire team and showcased their talents, what they do for our company, and why they do that for our company. And we really just did it as a way to showcase and pump them up. I did that with like hours notice, by the way. Like, came in yesterday morning and I was like, you know, go live, and I want to bring the team with, and I want to showcase the designs that Jazz puts together. I want to showcase some of the website that George is putting together. I want to look at, I really want to show people how much Rafa cares about high quality and personal writing, AI prompt engineering. And we did that. And I think it's fantastic. I don't know about you, but like a marketing company is going to hide behind talent and be that middleman and not be proud of the team that works with them or does the work for them. I don't want to partner with them. And so that's how we did different. We thought different. We dared to do different. Next way to stand out among your local competition is to spend at least 2 hours each week in R&D, research and development mode. So what I mean by this is finding the best time for your mind to open up every week, shut out every distraction, and really put yourself outside of the box. Take 2 hours, either a 1 hour block twice a week or a 2 hour block once a week, and really just think outside the box. Think about different ways to do things that you've been doing them. Reflect on the customers that you've been serving and what could be done differently. Think about how you can be and offer something truly unique in the market. And buddy Scott Parker is really good at this. He has these ideas that come up, and they're thinking outside the box, and they're got this strategic partnership strategy that he was thinking about and working with. And really, it's just more about not getting stuck in status quo. One of the things that we're doing in this area is we're partnering with a print-on-demand provider to create brand shops for our clients. Not only that, but we're also creating and showcasing our team's design talents with a line of graphic tees that is faith-based for trades and contractors to sell on Etsy. Another revenue stream. It's really not that profitable, but it's a foot in the door. Oh, these guys have really good designs. I wonder who they are. Oh, they on the Marketing Clerics. Oh, they're a marketing company. Oh, if they got really good designs here, I wonder what they could do for my contracting business. And so like it just came out of nowhere. And then the other brand shop was like, okay, the business owner has a really good pride in their brand. They're going to need uniforms. They're going to need hats. They're going to need stuff for their team. But also, they're probably going to have family or friends that really support the company that they're owning and want to buy and support their company with those brands as well. And so that's kind of, I thought outside the box this past week, or a couple weeks. All right, the next way to stand out is to share valuable content, even if it risks losing you business. And so this one, of course, I want to be cautious because in the trades, there are code violations, and you don't want to teach someone how to violate a code. There's codes for a reason. But say there's a service that you provide that you really don't want to go out and do. It's just minimal stuff. If you took the time to really teach a homeowner how to properly do that themselves, it would not only raise up your authority for your likelihood of getting their future business of a larger project, it will also prevent you from going out and doing that menial task for $100 or a couple $100. So think of the things like the mounting a ceiling fan project or replacing a receptacle, or things are maybe they're code worthy. Again, within reason, sharing that content even if it ends up losing your business. And I do that every week, multiple times a week. This Saturday Sparks event, every Saturday, giving away value. That Thursday night roundtable event, I try to give away value. I record and I have our team record value videos for businesses every day of the week, just to show them that like what they can do to level up and be better. Last one that I have for how to stand out in your is to actually show up, be active, a member of your local chamber. It's a couple $100 a year tops on most of those. To have that badge on your website, on your trucks, or whatever you want to do, and then go to chamber events. Our chamber is very active. We have a monthly networking event. We used to have a monthly happy hour event. We have a monthly training event. We can not only attend as an attendee, but we could also have taught at those as well. And so there's opportunities to get that exposure with the chamber. Sponsoring local events. So if there's a local festival or a hockey tournament or any of that kind of stuff, just be present and sponsor those. Keep that in your budget. 10 networking events. So if you are out there talking with other business owners, they also know other homeowners. And so being present and active in that. And finally, volunteering with your team. So find ways to give back to your community and do it with your team uniforms on even. Like that exposure alone is helpful. And so those are some ways to stand out among your local competition. So starting with your story, identifying what makes you unique, identify your team's strengths, call them out. Building your brand around the story, your mission, your values, not just around the service you provide. Really demonstrating servant leadership and teaching your entire team to demonstrate servant leadership. Actively actually live up to the reliable claims that everybody else is making right now. So answering the phone, responding within 5 minutes, etc. Showing up on time early. Be different. Be that purple cow. Think differently. Dare to do differently. Spend at least 2 hours every week in research and development mode. Find the best time for your mind to open up and shut out all distractions and reflect and really think outside the box. Share valuable content regardless of if it'll end up losing you business. So really teach that homeowner how to hang that ceiling fan. Show up in your community. Be active in your chamber. Sponsor local events. Volunteer. Attend networking events. So these things will help you stand out and be a difference maker in your community. So with that, I am opening the floor for any other questions that they might come up, but I'm going to move on to a couple of announcements, exciting announcements. So if you didn't catch our live stream yesterday as a team, recording is out there, both on YouTube and Facebook, and I invite you to check it out. So we are an organization as a company. We are starting to shift towards what AI search and dominance is looking for in the next 5 years, and that is unique stories, unique value, unique graphics. And so our team's ability to illustrate custom graphics, to put together custom media graphics, and to really highlight on-brand and what on-brand looks like across your social media, your website, your print media, all of that kind of stuff. And so we are starting to provide design services and more emphasis on social media, on email marketing is an addition as well. And so exciting to go through. If you have interest in any of those things, we actually put out all of our pricing on our website. I know, dare to do differently, right? And all of that detail is out there for you to peruse at your leisure. And so this month, we are trying to support the families that have been displaced by all the natural disasters here across the country by donating funds and raising funds for Convoy of Hope. And so we'll take direct donations on our website, but also if you have anyone that needs help with marketing or deserves to have better marketing support, send them our way. If they become a client, we'll send you $200 Amazon gift cards as a thank you. And we will also donate 30% of the startup fees for that new client to Convoy of Hope in their name. This is a way for us to give back to the community as well as support the growth that we need. So if you know anybody, feel free to introduce them to us, and I'd be happy to have a conversation. I'd say we are prioritizing those in the home service contracting space. But if you have anyone that needs social media marketing, website design, SEO, like online presence management, like SEO and that kind of stuff, we'd be happy to have a conversation as well. So that is all. Our goal is to reach $5,000 and by the end of August. And so if you make a comment on the link, guys, and I'll share the flyer here shortly. So thanks those of you who are joining how to stand out in our local competition. I'm going to be early here because I am on day 3 of a cold. So I'm going to go rest with my family. So thank you, everybody. Catch you next time. Well, actually, no, we won't catch you next time. I'm on vacation next week. So I think we're going to take a break for next Saturday. Then we're probably going to shift to a Thursday live stream. And so exciting news there is we might be able to do not just a one-way thing with comments on Facebook, might be able to do call-in options. And so really excited about that because I want to engage everybody. I don't want this to be the Adam show. I want people to come to me with questions that I can answer and provide that service. So really excited for the possibility of doing that with you guys next time. So stay tuned.